Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Empire Earth on Series JG. Didn't really do a lot of anything between videos other than make sure that the video processed correctly, so no research done to get better at this or anything. Our biggest issue as far as game speed right now is collecting wood.
Ready.
Let's get you to...
Right away.
build a settlement like right here.
Okay.
Bridge here, setting course.
Might be that the submarine, I really should have just made it as strong as possible for slipping by.
Plotting new course.
So this is where ships appear from. We can kind of lose at any time by a sudden
First officer here. First officer here. New course.
sudden defeat of the Red Baron, but I'm not expecting that.
First officer here. Plotting new course. First officer plotting new course.
Kind of don't know how far we got to dive into England before
First
something
officer,
will happen.
Plotting new course.
I feel like I might have just been much faster getting a navy set up than I was off screen, because
How can I help? Okay.
How can I help?
Right away.
I think I clicked one more time than I meant to.
First officer here. Plotting new course. First officer plotting here. New course. Setting course. First officer here. Setting course. First officer here. Setting course. First officer here. Setting course. First officer setting here. Course. First officer here. Setting course. First officer here. Setting course.
Geography isn't good enough to know if I'm going too far north for the southern coast of England, but I mean, I think they're suggesting to me I'm in some Arctic waters up here.
Plotting new course. First officer here. Plotting new course. First
But I feel like we're going to
new
run
course.
into a huge nest of British troops at some
First
point.
officer here. Plotting new course.
Oh, and of course they get submarines.
Setting course. Our course is course. Plotting new course. Setting course.
I think my main hope here is just to distract them.
Setting course. Plotting new course. Setting course. Plotting new course.
Nah, that's not going to do it. Okay. Probably should have figured that wouldn't get it done.
Ready. Right away.
Yeah, my big fear now is that I'm just going to suddenly have too many people, or too many transport to get through, just based on the fact that we got British flyers who are just sort of avoiding
Standing by.
7 more have to arrive. Is anyone else just kind of hanging out? You're hanging out. Why are you just hanging out? Do some mining.
How can I help? Okay.
How can I help? Right away.
Okay, so where the hell did I put my... Alright. So battleships or dreadnoughts I've got powered up. I just need a big navy to go up there, enough to get my
How can I help? Okay.
my stuff through. And honestly, unless I
Right away.
unless I start developing a different type of thing other than battleships, I don't have much use for gold. U-boats cost iron, but I'm bringing in iron in pretty great quantities.
Ready.
Okay. Right away.
Alright, but now... Yeah, in the south they're kind of effectively getting through. Because I think it was bombers sinking them in the south and ships in the north. Because... Yeah, this is sure 5 transports arrive safely at port. I'm in danger of winning this mission before we can do the secret spy mission, which I think would be interesting to see. I think I overbuilt on fighters. Nothing is interfering with the shipping on the southern route at all. I guess I thought I had more U-boats than I did.
First officer here.
I wonder if I have to get them up from both directions. Anyway, I think these are coastal British. Oh, they've turned up the heat on these in the south now. Okay, that's fine. I actually don't want to win this too quickly. Oh, there's a big old mess of something going on up here.
We are under attack.
As long as the Red Baron's not in trouble. He's a hero unit, so he should be fairly safe most of the time.
Ready.
Food never being a problem.
First officer here. Our first officer here. First officer here.
Alright, here we go.
Setting course.
It is wood we're short of here, okay?
First officer here. Our first officer here. First officer here. Our course, sir.
I know there's a rock, paper, scissors thing, but I just think battleships are more powerful in general. So they do poorly against the thing that they are supposed to rock, paper, scissors, lose against, but better overall. Than, like, I know it sounds silly, but I just can't be bothered with combined arms here. So I need to get enough submarines fighting that like one or two of them, or one of them can get through is all we really need. And then I can get more serious about actually clearing the path for stuff, because now, like, we only need 4 more to arrive, so my concern for a while was, oh, I might win this thing before we can do the optional mission. But,
Bridge first officer here.
Bridge here.
First officer here. Plotting new course. First officer here. Plotting new course.
I think we've got time to call this Germany 2. So I think I don't think I'm racing against the clock to get this covert mission done in time, but...
We are under attack.
Our first officer here. First officer here. First officer here.
Oh, somebody took some damage from actual fighters. Or a frigate.
First officer here.
So I got a frigate sinking our guys. That's annoying. But my fighters are...
Our course, sir.
Maybe you guys can help with this.
We are under attack.
Bridge here. Setting course. Our course, sir. First officer here. Setting course.
Alright, so we need wood coming in faster.
Ready, right away.
I think we could get another harbor up here and it wouldn't go amiss. Because eventually I'm just going to want to have a bunch of Navy and maybe 1 or 2 subs that just slip by if this doesn't work.
We are under attack.
First officer here. Plotting new course. Our course, sir. Plotting new course.
4 battleships and like a half dozen subs or so seems like a... It's not nothing, you know?
Bridge here. First officer here. Our course, officer here. Our course, sir. Setting course. First officer here.
You're on the way. Alright, so we'll let you get here.
How can
Can
I
you
help
not build this?
Right away. How can I help?
Okay. Well, that was, I guess it let me put it down there, but it won't let me actually build it there. Alright.
Our course, officer here. Our course, setting course.
Because I'm pretty sure we'll get additional, Civ points for completing this side up, so... So we're going to call you number 2. No, you're not at full health. You are at full health. We'll call you number 2 and we'll bring you back a little bit. Because this is the one I intend to actually try to slip in while these guys just fight.
First officer here. course, range here. Our course, sir. Setting course.
Burp.
Our course, sir. Plotting new course. Our course, sir. First officer. Our first officer here.
First officer. First officer. First.
Our course, sir. Setting course. Setting course. Our course, sir. First officer. Our course, sir.
There we go.
Range here. Plotting new course. First officer. Setting course. Our course. Plotting new course. Our plotting new course. Setting course. First officer here. Plotting new course. Setting course. Plotting new course. Setting course. Plotting new course. Setting course. Plotting new course. Setting course.
Did it just...
The supplies for succumbing offenses have been successfully...
Damn it!
Just in time. Intercepted messages indicates it's a former British First Lord of the Admiralty. Winston Churchill has been pushing for greater use of a new weapon as war. Tanks. It would seem Churchill resents a long branch of service.
We are under attack.
Okay, well... Oh, this whole thing is, So I wanted to come much further south than I was. But yeah, alright, you can see we won too quickly. I was, off screen. I just really, took a long time doing this, and, alright, so we need to do some things here. 25 points left. I think we need to change our fighter rally point to here to give them an increased opportunity to sink our ships, honestly.
First officer here. First officer here. First officer here. First officer here. Range here.
And I think we come further south
Range here. Setting course.
because I think we need to get to London. I think I was landing way north. I was going to have a long way. Because I already know a little bit about what happens, and we're going to have a spy move around within their very tightly packed little zone that they've got. And it wouldn't be particularly good
Range here. First officer here.
for them to have a long way to go.
Setting course. First officer here. Plotting new course. First officer here. Plotting new course. Our course, sir. First officer here. First officer
We
here.
are under attack.
First officer here. Plotting new course. Our course, sir. Setting course. Range here. Our course, setting course.
So let's try to get this done quickly before we win the mission.
Range here. Our course, setting course. First officer. Plotting new course. Setting course. Our course, sir. Plotting new course. Our course, sir. Plotting new course. Range here. Plotting new course. First officer here. Course. Plotting new course.
This appears to be a much less defended zone if I can just get in here. Come on, arrive at the... They said arrive at a port.
It is the signal I have been awaiting. I must proceed to the nearby capital and plant my forged document there. When their supply lines are in disarray, it should relieve some of the pressure on my country.
Oh, it doesn't seem to matter where I land. The spy is always up here and always gets shot a bunch. Alright, well, Achtung, baby, as that guy says. Bring the spy to the British capital to shut down their air power. Well, we can certainly do that. You know, I gotta say, this German spy, kind of obvious. He's wearing a German military uniform after all. Luckily, he's got a lot of health. Meanwhile, we are attacking England directly.
Success. The fall supply orders I planted will divert the fuel needed by the British Air Forces to other bases in Britain. That should keep the skies in this sector clear for quite some time.
Yeah. You're stuck here. Meanwhile, the British Navy not doing anything about this. They're just like... That was worth 10 points. So I'm glad we did that. And we're just killing a lot of their stuff down here, too. I don't know if our yeah, I don't think our submarines are able to attack, but our dreadnoughts are just like beating up their supply port. I don't know. Let's just invade England now. Operation Sea Lion, like decades early. Let's not even bother with.
Our course, sir. Plotting new course.
I mean, we win this thing now just based on the fact that they won't be able to stop the southern route because we're destroying everything that builds ships. But I believe their ships just spontaneously appear, a la Luftwaffe fighter planes and Allied General. They just generate when the time is right. Alright, well there you go. So we won actually too fast. And now we're just kind of calmly besieging the shores of England with our battleships. British Navy not doing anything to stop us because we're out of aggro range.
Setting course.
But ships arriving on the southern route will basically make it now because there's no RAF disturbance and there's also no Royal Navy disturbance because we're obliterating the actual British ports and stuff. This was not a thing I managed to do off screen.
Plotting new course. Course, sir. Setting course.
So now we just want to win as quickly as possible because we've done the goofy little side off that you're allowed to do. And there are enemies here that are going to threaten our friends.
First officer here. First officer here. Setting course. First officer here. Setting course.
But we've won, so it is done.
The The supplies for the coming offensives have been successfully delivered.
Achtung.
Just in time. Intercepted messages indicate that the former British First Lord of the Admiralty, Winston Churchill, has been pushing for greater use of a new weapon in the war.
A super weapon?
It would seem Churchill was in the wrong branch of the service.
I screwed up when he said he's been pushing for a new weapon in this war. Tanks. My quip should have been, "You're welcome." But too late now. So yeah, I mean, obviously I was in no, I'm curious here. So they had, we kept being told that their navy was far superior. Looks like we sank a good deal of it. Oh, wow. Look at this, though. I thought those were buildings. No. Like, if we pressed any farther north, we were going to run into... Alright, so frigates, 1350 hit points. Dreadnoughts. Yeah, there's like a third class of ship they didn't bother with either. So, 5750 hit points for battleship.
First officer here.
Mine were upgraded to be more than that. 230 plus 69. 238 range.
Bridge here.
So they didn't upgrade their ships, and they do have the same stats. So it's not like... So the British, basically, the British Navy is unbeatable in this because they just keep appearing, like, infinitely. It's not that their ships are actually better than yours. But no, this battle we were fighting down here was going to be a losing effort because the frigates are meant to be sub-killers, and they were...
Our course, sir.
Well, I don't know. I mean, subs double teaming them. I don't think the battleships can do anything. Doesn't matter that we won, and we've already won. But I pulled it back because we won too quickly. And like I said, off screen, I just kept this thing going for a long time. I was really taking my time. I was like upgrading every type of ship. And really, what I think happened different was. When I played this off screen, I got a big economy going because it said ships will start appearing when you build a harbor. So I was like, all right, well, let me get a really good economy going before the ships start coming, and then I won't have transport ships getting sunk. But in fact, the game doesn't penalize you at all for letting transport ships get sunk. They just keep coming, and eventually you just have to create conditions where they can get through. So it would be a very different mission if it was like StarCraft 2 Great Train Robbery rules, where you had to, like, you know, a ship is coming, you need to be in a position to save it, and you can only let so many slip by and get sunk before you fail. And this one, it's infinite. So off screen, I just built everything up really well before building my first forts. But as I kind of noticed in the hints this time, and didn't pay much attention to off screen, the British naval blockade is not like already full power. They need time to set things up too. So I got a bunch of ships in early by just getting them to start showing up immediately, and didn't need as many to get through at the end. But yeah, overall, quite pleased with how this went. This I was worried I would have 3 or 4 really boring videos for you guys, but I got it done in 2 videos, and actually would have got it done faster than that, except I decided to go back and get those extra points for having my my British spy was cleverly disguised as a World War II German officer, which totally threw off the World War I English. But alright, let's take a quick look here. They got some military points. I got most of the military. They got the economy points, which I, don't really know what that's based on so much. I killed 38 units and lost 5, and destroyed 5 buildings. Never lost any buildings this time. That was not true off screen. I was goofing around like they would blow up. Their air force would blow up buildings on my shore. They never had the range to get in and like destroy my town centers, but they would kill villagers and destroy harbors and stuff. But this time, like, I went over there and slapped them around a little bit. Grand Fleet and British Flyers. I think British Navy did kill 18 units, so I'm not sure what Grand Fleet is. Other than some guys that spawned in the far northeast that didn't seem to be connected in any way to where British harbors and stuff were. Although army size 28, I don't know. I guess they were the guys who spawned, like maybe they spontaneously spawned when I reached England. because the Flyers and the Grand Fleet were the biggest. So I feel like the British Navy were sending guys out to attack, but there was an allied force called the Grand Fleet that just appears if you get close to England. And by and large, I managed to ignore them this time. Or rather, the time when we made our successful landing. We had the most citizens. Like, we didn't play at all with the tribute stuff. Denmark had a hero, I guess. They had a citizen and a hero. So they had a citizen hero who was Charles or whatever. That's probably whoever it was who told us the exact change only at the beginning. You can see our population went up, 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 up. The 3 different red forces, who knows which one's which. I could figure it out over here, but I don't care. German supply, German ports, whatever. This is just weird. I don't really understand the economy part. Army size over time, citizen count. But as always, I dominated the buttons pressed. So when we come back next time, guys, it's time for the Red Baron, which basically is World War I Western Front. And I did not finish this off-screen. I finished it years ago. I didn't finish it off-screen while goofing around at my parents' house over Thanksgiving break. Because this is another one where you can kind of take as long as you want. I remember years ago playing it and really taking my time with it and having fun, but at the same time, it's brutal. Like, this is their World War I trench combat, so gains can be made slowly and they can be highly costly. So hopefully I'll figure out a better way to do this than I was a few weeks ago at my parents' house, because like I got to the point where it was like, build up a full-size army, send it out there, get very little done with it before it's wiped out, but also never be in a position where the French's and the British attacks on me were getting anywhere either. I guess that's kind of how World War I worked. Catch you guys next time.